नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देगं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita every day. So we are in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We finished 9 slokas in the 14th chapter. So Krishna is now teaching us about the 3 modes of material nature very, very clearly. We know how these 3 gunas are actually controlling us, how they are produced first of all. We know that they are produced from Prakriti Sambhavaha, but how they are actually controlling us, how they are like for each and every individual, how these 3 modes of nature, so each individual nature, how they are actually controlling us. So to that extent, at length we studied in detail. We know Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna now very well. We don't get this knowledge anywhere else, only in Bhagavad Gita. They too only from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Otherwise, we don't have the knowledge that we are controlled. We are programmed. Basically, control means like a robot. So if somebody using the remote to control the robot, so like that, we are controlled by the remote. So the Maya. Maya is just making us to act, making us to do everything based depending upon our desires, depending upon what we want in this way. And especially when we identify ourselves with this material body and if we think that we are the doer, so that means all the time we are actually making mistakes. That means we are not doing the right thing. We are falsely thinking that I am the doer, I am doing, you did it, and all those things. So this blaming someone for something or claiming credit for something what we have done, all such things are all baseless, useless. They are not correct. If something great we did it, it's not that we did it. Maya did it. Something bad we did it also, it is not that we did it. Maya did it. So that knowledge we should have. If we have that knowledge, so that means if we are able to apply that knowledge, use that knowledge in our life, so that means we are not going to blame anyone for anything. And we are not going to blame ourselves also for anything. Because we are not the doer. But for one thing we can blame ourselves, if we don't get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then we are the cause for our own suffering. So that point is very clear. So nobody is making us to suffer. It is we are the only cause for our own suffering. We cannot say that Maya is making us to suffer. That is not correct. Maya is controlling us. That is correct. Maya is doing everything. That is correct. The three modes of material nature are the performers, are the doers. They are doing everything. That is correct. But we cannot say that we are suffering because of Maya. We are suffering because of ourselves only. I'm not saying that we are enjoying here. Even though Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Purushaga Sukha Dukkana Bhoktutve Hetu Uchyate. Sukha Dukkam. Sukha Dukkam. There is happiness and distress. But if you think carefully in this material world, because Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, it's a place for miseries. So that so-called material happiness, actually, it is not, we are not enjoying that much. We are struggling, suffering all the time. We are very stressful. That is the point we need to understand. Everyone is under stress. That means that much force. We are all forced to act, forced to commit sins, forced to act in this way, forced to do our job, forced to do lot of things. Because of that, we are going through so much of stress, not able to find enough time to sleep. And even if you find some time and if you go to bed, we don't fall in sleep because mind is restless. Mind is all the time focused on this temporary material sense objects. So we are not able to bring that mind back to rest. So that way, this stress is the major killer actually. The damage which causes the stress causes to our body so much. A lot of things are happening when we are stressful, which I have mentioned many times in the past also. That immediately our sympathetic nervous system gets activated. When that gets activated, a lot of problems our body goes through. Starting from our pupils, so then everything. So our heart, our lungs, and our digestion system, everything gets affected when we get stressed. And unfortunately, especially this so-called modern life, with so much of technology, so much of technical tools, what we have, now our stress is so much actually. And therefore people get addicted. This has become a disorder now. Getting addicted to this internet, addicted to mobile phones, all those things. It is already defined as a psychiatric disorder now actually. There is a name for it also. So people, it is addiction. Addiction means we cannot live, we cannot handle without that. So to games and internet or Facebook or WhatsApp or any message or anything, social media, this or that. So we are getting ourselves addicted to this. So that is stress. There's a lot of stress. So in reality, we should be addicted to Krishna, addicted to this Bhagavad Gita. That's what releases all our stress. It relaxes. We'll be freed from all the stress if we depend on Krishna. If we get addicted to Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, our mind should all the time should be interested in only chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, remembering Krishna. So that way, there is no stress at all. We'll be freed from all stress. If we do that, so then all the time our parasympathetic nervous system will be active. So that means we will have very normal heart rate and blood pressure also, if we check it, it will also be very normal because there is no stress. So, and respiration rate also will be under control. And whatever we eat also will digest very easily because there is no stress. So that's what we are going to get with this Bhagavad Gita. With this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will get the completely, totally stress-free life. We need to understand it's totally stress-free life. Even though we may feel ourselves very busy, engaged in serving Krishna, doing this, doing that, not able to find any time, but since we are focused all the time in pleasing Krishna and serving Krishna, mentally we are not at all tired. Of course, we need to take care of our health. Physically, we should take care of our health, like get good sleep and get good healthy food, prasadam, all such things we need to do to take care. But mentally, our mind is so much relaxed. Our mind will be so much free. It won't be disturbed at all. So then we can actually focus only on Krishna. We don't have to worry about anything because we don't have any attachment to anything in this material world. We don't need to. There is no point. There is no need to get ourselves attached to anything in this material world because everything is temporary. That is the fact. Nothing is going to stay here forever. Nothing. Days are just running. That's it. And our time also will come. So nothing is going to stay permanent here. Everything is going to be temporary in this material way. So that way, if we just realize that, so then vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam sarati nispragaga nirmamo nirahankara sashanti madhikachati. Only that person will get the supreme peace of mind. Apuryamanam achala pradistam samudramapa pravisanti yadvat तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे सशान्ति माप्नोति न कामकामी. Even the ocean is filled with water because the rivers are flowing from all directions. Apuryamanam achala pradistam samudram apa pravisanti sarve. Apa pravisanti sarve. Water is entering from all directions. But the ocean is achala pratistam. It is always steady. Its level is not rising. Krishna is just giving an analogy. Now there is a different problem like the ice melts. So in the poles, in the polar ice is getting melted and then the water level is rising. So this is a different problem. All this climate issue, this issue, all such things. But Krishna is giving an example here. When the rivers are entering, so from all directions, the level of the ocean is always same. So similarly, the desires are entering from all directions into our mind. Tatvat kamayam pravishanti sarve. Kamayam, the desires, kama pravishanti sarve. It's entering from all directions. Kamayam pravishanti sarve. Sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. Only a person who is not going after their desires only will achieve peace of mind. So this is the formula for achieving peace of mind. If you want peace of mind, we should not be focusing on the desires which are entering into our mind. They are all due to our mental concoctions. Manogatan. Sarvan partha manogatan. We should be able to give up. Prajahati yada khaman. So whatever the desires which have arisen in our mind due to mental concoctions, just give up. Prajahati. So find happiness within ourselves. Atmanyevatmanu tustam. Sthita prajnaka tatochade. He is the sthita prajna. So he is the sthita prajnaka tatochade. That's what we are supposed to do with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We don't have to go after this material world, material sense objects and waste this human life, human body, which is very rare opportunity. We cannot lose it. We cannot lose this opportunity. And focus our mind on Krishna. So Krishna is the source of happiness. Krishna is the source of everything. So Krishna will take care of everything. So if we fully depend on Krishna, so then by Krishna's mercy, our life is going to be so much peaceful and blissful. Completely depending on Krishna. So that much faith we have on Krishna, we are getting the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, and everything makes sense. Everything is science, this Bhagavad Gita. Only if we realize and understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. That's it. We don't have to simply listen to some people who have no idea, no knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. Simply people can say anything. They say that I don't believe in soul, I don't believe in this. It's up to them. But we believe in Krishna, we believe in soul. That's why we are getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's why we are able to understand about how to control our mind and how to make our mind as our best friend. So dukkes anudvigna managa sukes vigatas prigaga vita raga baya krodha sitadir muniruchati. So when there is distress, one should not be disturbed in mind. When there is happiness also, one should not be jumping around so much. Sukes vigatas prigaga. So that way one will be freed from the attachment, fear and anger. Vita raga baya krodha. Raga. Vita raga. Vita raga means free from attachment. So if you are free from attachment, then there is no baya, there is no krodha. There is no anger and there is no fear. So that's why rajo ragatmakam viddhi. So this rajoguna is actually produced from the raga, from the attachment, from our attachment to the material sense objects. Whereas, if you are Vitaraga, means if you are free from such attachments, Vitaraga, so then there is no Rajoguna. Then Rajoguna is not going to force us to do anything. We are freed from the Rajoguna. So, that way, Vitaraga Baya Krodha Manmaya Mamupashita Bhagavo Jnana Tapasa Puta madbhava magata. So, how we can free ourselves from attachment, fear and anger? By taking shelter unto Krishna. Manmaya mam upashitaya. So, one who takes shelter unto me. So, only he is freed from attachment, fear and anger. Vita raga baya krodha. So, then Bhagavo Jnana Tapasa, many people in the past with Jnana, with the knowledge and Tapasa, with austerities, Putha, purified, Madbhava Magataga, they have attained my nature. That's what Krishna is saying. So, if you have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if you are attached to Krishna, so that means we are freed from attachment, fear and anger in this material world. We don't have to get ourselves attached to anything in this material world. Simply attach ourselves to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That's it. So all the time in our mind, only Krishna should be there. Our mind should be thinking about Krishna only all the time. Because then only we can go to Krishna. Otherwise, we need to come back to this temporary, miserable world. Anityam asukkam lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. That's what Krishna said. Having come to this temporary, miserable world, you worship me. That is the only way to get out of this material world. We need to understand. Only by worshipping Krishna. Only by falling in love with Krishna. By studying and understanding this Bhagavad Gita and doing everything for Krishna, doing everything as an offering unto Krishna, we will be freed from this material bondage. So then we will go to Krishna. If you worship Krishna, we will get Krishna, we'll go to Krishna, we'll go to Goloka, we won't come back to this temporary, miserable world. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkha alayam asaswadam napnuvanti mahatmanas samsiddhim paramam gati. So we are getting this Bhagavad Gita knowledge now. We are understanding that Krishna is everything. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So just by worshipping Krishna, surrendering unto Krishna, we are going to go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. It's only simply a matter of time. We are on the right path, right direction. We are going to go to Krishna. And we are making use of this opportunity because it's not a joke. It's not an easy thing that we are doing this every day. Of course, only 6 days a week. So, but still 6 days a week. And we are able to study Bhagavad Gita. We are able to dedicate this time for Krishna actually. We don't have any other priorities. We don't do any other thing. Every day we are dedicating to remember Krishna, to study Bhagavad Gita, to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That also we started recently. It's all Krishna's mercy. Krishna's arrangement, because Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is seated in our heart, he knows what we want and he knows what is good for us, and he's arranging everything. He's arranging. Everything is coming from Krishna. So if we have this faith, that is enough. We will all go to Krishna. So now in the 14th chapter, we finished 9 slokas, and Krishna, in the 6th, 7th and 8th sloka, Krishna gave the knowledge about Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna, how they are produced, what they do. And then in the 9th sloka, Krishna summarized these 3 slokas, 6th, 7th and 8th. That's what we studied yesterday. Sattvam Suke Sanjayati Rajaka Karmani Bharata Jnanamavritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyutha. That's what Krishna is teaching. So Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati. So Sattva Guna binds one to happiness. Rajoguna binds one to work, bondage to work. Rajaka Karmani Bharata. Jnanamavritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayati utha. By covering our jnanam, by covering our knowledge, so this tamo guna actually binds on to pramade. Pramadam means it's madness. So we will simply become fools, idiots. That's it. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So now in the next sloka, Krishna is teaching, giving us another very important science. Very, very important science which we are experiencing every day in our life. The sloka number 10th sloka in the 14th chapter, Krishna is teaching us that Rajastamascha vibhuyaga sattvam bhavati bharata rajaga sattvam tamaschaiva tamaga sattvam rajastata. Rajastamascha vibhuya Sattvam Bhavati Bharata means sometimes this Rajoguna and Tamoguna will be less and Sattoguna will be predominating. So that's what Abhibhuyaga means, it's surpassing. So that's why sometimes the mode of goodness becomes predominant, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. And Rajaga Sattvam Tamaschaiva Tamaga Sattvam Rajastata. Then sometimes Rajoguna and Sattoguna will become weak and Tamoguna will be very strong. And sometimes Tamoguna and Sattoguna will be low and Rajoguna will become very strong. So that's what we are experiencing in our life. The same person acts differently depending upon what guna is forcing him. What guna? So that's why it's a multi-personality disorder. It's real. Everyone we can see that. We ourselves feel that sometimes we get angry for no reason because we are attached to something. Sometimes we will be so lazy, we don't even do a very simple task which takes just few minutes, couple of minutes, but we will delay it for weeks and months. We don't do it. So it's all laziness, it's all tamoguna. So the sattva guna is good actually. So because it binds on to happiness and knowledge, sattva guna. But this rajoguna, tamoguna, it's all also very highly infectious. These 3 modes of material nature, they are very highly contagious. Because it just comes, it passes from one person to another person. In a family, if one person is very upset, then others also are going to get upset. This is because the mode of nature is very, very contagious, highly contagious. And it can pass through all medias. We know the virus, different virus, it can only pass through different medias only, through saliva or through this or through that. And there to coronavirus, we know that if we maintain 6 feet distance, safe distance, and if we have face masks, all those things you can avoid. So all these things we know. But here you cannot. Only thing is that we can protect ourselves from these 3 gunas is only Krishna consciousness. Only if our mind is focusing on Krishna, then only we will be protected. Otherwise, it can pass through all kinds of media. Electronic media also it passes. If you watch a movie, that's it. We are also going to get affected by whatever they are acting, they are doing, all such things. So that way, because it attacks the mind, This gunas, when it goes, because mind attacks the mind, means our mind is getting attached. When our mind gets attached to material sense objects, then these gunas are going to contagious, and it's going to infect. It's going to control our minds. So that's why from the guna only kama and krodha comes. Kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samudbhava. Krishna said that Indriyani mano buddhi asyadhisthana muchyate etaihi vimohayati esa jnanam avrityate. So mind, senses, and intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. So it comes, it infects, it's highly contagious. So that's why we need to take vaccine. And what is the vaccine? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We need to, this vaccine is not one dose, this daily dose. Daily 16 rounds of dose we need to make this vaccine, take this vaccine to protect ourselves from this maya, the three modes of material nature, from this kama, krodha, and everything. If you want to protect ourselves, every day we need to take this vaccine, 16 rounds of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. One round is 108 times. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we finished the 10th sloka today. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes predominant, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. And at other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna. By Krishna's mercy, we finished the 10th sloka today. So let us now get vaccine. One round of vaccine now. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra will chant now. So let's focus on the transcendental sound vibration. So our mind will go here and there. We know that there is the nature of our mind. It's always going to flickering and unsteady. Due to its flickering and unsteady nature, it's going to wander here and there. But our goal here during this practice is to bring it back and fix it on the sound vibration. That's what is the practical process of controlling our mind. So we'll just fix it. Wherever it goes, bring it back, fix it. Wherever it goes, bring it back, fix it. If we do this every day, then our mind will not go anywhere. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath